Salakia. I'm going to make this a part 2. So I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakakwadash. So now I'm going into the Lord's Prayer. So again, I'm going to start from the beginning. It's Abba Nawa, all right, which Abba means father. Nawa means hour, okay? Shabba Shamayim, all right? Shamayim is or Mayam is water, all right? Shamayim are the waters in the sky, which is the heavens, all right? So our Father, which is in heaven, okay? And again, that word our Father is the one that created everything, all right, in the Greek, when you go in Matthew 6 and 9. So it says, Kwadash, so it means holy. So holy means to separate from things that are not holy, right? So separate from profane things that are outside of the temple, you know? So if you ever followed any other God, all right, outside of Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, you're supposed to follow Yahweh much more because he's separate. He's different from those other fake gods you ever worshipped, okay? Haya meaning be, Shamka. Sham means name, Ka means your, okay? So again, Abba Nawa, Shabba Shamayim, Kwadash Haya, Shamka. All right? Yahweh, which is the name of the Most High. Okay? So it means our Father, which is in heaven, holy be your name, Yahweh. Okay? Malak Wathka, your kingdom, Thaba'ah, come. Okay, now that's going into the second part. So we go to Matthew 6 and 10. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. And again, I'm going in this because, you know, we're in the time of the Passover. All right, the Passover just happened. But it's important to say this prayer, especially in this time, man. You know, especially for brothers that didn't participate in the Passover, you know, and you're still listening and learning and trying to increase in spirit and wisdom, knowledge, understanding in order to serve Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Okay, then, you know, it's important that we receive those mercies from Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. You know, it's important to receive those mercies, man. So it says, thy kingdom come. All right. And what is the kingdom of heaven going to be? Is it going to be la-di-da? Are we just going to do whatever we want to do? You know, is it going to be something, you know, anybody can get into? All right, let's go into Psalms chapter 2 and verse 7. I will declare the decree Yahweh hath said unto me, thou art my son, this day have I begotten thee. Right, and that's Yahweh Shai. Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance, and the outermost parts of the earth for thy possession. Thou shalt break them with the rod of iron, thou shalt dash them in pieces like a potter's vessel. So that means what? That means we're supposed to give a damn. All right, we're not supposed to give a damn about these other heathens, man, about these nations, you know, because this ain't for them. The kingdom of heaven is not going to have no heathen inside of them. This is all about the elect of Israel, you know. So if you want to say that Esau, Edom can be saved, and that, you know, this person can be saved and that person can be saved, and Moab and Ammon and the Hamites, and okay, well, where does it say that in the book of Psalms? Where does it say that these heathen are going to be saved and co-rulers? Think about that, man. Co-rulers in the kingdom of heaven. That means they're going to be above some Israelites in the kingdom of heaven of the Most High. That's out of order. Okay? Psalms 2 and 8. Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance, and the outermost parts of the earth for thy possession. Verse 9. Thou shalt break them with a rod of iron, thou shalt dash them in pieces like a potter's vessel. You see? So what are we supposed to do? Verse 10. Be wise now therefore, O ye kings. Be instructed, ye judges of the earth. Serve Yahweh with fear, and rejoice with trembling. Kiss the Son, lest he be angry, and ye perish from the way, when his wrath is kindled but a little. Blessed are all they that put their trust in him. That's point blank, period. So if the kingdom of the Most High is coming, then what should your mindset be? You should have a kingly mindset, right? Because the Most High is not going to put no simple ass 2/3, all right, Negro, Latino, or Native American in the position of power in order to judge over the nations. Why? Because you can't even judge the smallest of matters. You see? So it says, thy kingdom come, okay? So it means to come, to appear, make one's appearance, come before the public. Okay? And how is Yahweh Bashem Yahushai coming back? Is he coming back with peace, with love and prosperity? Hell no, man. Okay, this is the second book of Ezra, and I'll go in chapter 2 in a minute. This is 2nd Ezra 13 and 4. So like in verse 3. And I beheld, and lo, the man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. All right, being Yahweh Shai. That's in Isaiah 47. Okay. It says, and when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him. And whensoever the voice of went out of his mouth, all they burnt that heard his voice, like as the earth faileth when it feeleth the fire. You see? And that's also in the second book of Samuel, chapter 22. You know? It says, and after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men, out of number, from the four winds of heaven, to subdue the man that came out of the sea. So how the hell are we supposed to care about these other nations that don't care about Yahweh, that don't care about Yahweh Shai? In Isaiah chapter 2, it tells you that these nations are going to go to Israel to learn from the Israelites. So how are they going to be co-heirs to the throne that they have no idea about? You see? So it says, but I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain and flew upon it. All right, the chariots. But I would have seen the region place where the hill was graven, and I could not, because it wasn't in the ground, it was up in the air. Okay? And after this I beheld, and lo, all they which gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid, yet durst fright. And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war, but only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests. And they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, which is the beam that comes out of the chariots or the UFOs, all right, in order to burn things down, like in that movie War of the Worlds, you know. So it says, and fell with violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight, and burned them up everyone, so that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and the smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid. Okay? So if Matthew 6 and 10 says, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven, that means he's coming back with authority. Okay? And now that I made mention Isaiah 47, let me get it. Isaiah 47, and I believe it starts at verse 3. It says, thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. Right? Because when Yahweh Shai comes back, those that are not purified, he's not going to pass over them. He's going to destroy them like in Egypt. You know? So that's why it's so important to have the mercy of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. You see? It says, I will take vengeance. You see? That means he's going to force it upon you. And that's also Job chapter 20. It says, I will not meet thee as a man. As for our Redeemer, Yahweh of hosts is his name, the Holy One of Israel. You see? So Matthew 6 and 10, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. So if we're telling you the will of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, which is to come back to save the elect of Israel and a great multitude that follows, okay? He's not coming back to save no fucking Edomite. He's not coming back to save no Hamite, Moabite, Ammonite, Ishmaelite, Japhite. He's not coming back to save anybody else but of the nation of Israel. You have no business saying the Lord's Prayer if you do not understand the Lord's Prayer and the representation that it brings. You see? Matthew 6 and 10 again, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Now let's look up that word will, because a lot of people seem to think that the will of the Most High doesn't matter. What matters is what they feel. It says, what one wishes or has determined shall be done. So if the Most High said that I'm going to give the heathen for the inheritance of Yahweh Shai, and in Romans 8, Yahweh Shai is, we're co-heirs to the throne with Yahweh Shai, then what does that mean? That means these heathens are going to be, all right, because that's a future prophecy. That means these heathens are gonna be subject unto Israel. That's the purpose of the Most High, not the purpose of mankind. It says, of the purpose of God to bless mankind through the Mashiach. And really, all mankind will be blessed because they will have a righteous ruler in authority. You see? And that's Sirach chapter 10. It says, of what the Most High wishes to be done by us. Commands, precepts, will, choice, inclination, desire, and pleasure. That's the pleasure of the Most High. Okay? Not the pleasure of men. And nowhere in this whole thing does it say whatever one wishes to be. So if you want to be a homosexual, you can be a homosexual and make it into the kingdom of heaven. That's out of order. Okay? So now going to the Hebrew, it says, Malak wathka. Malak means king. Wathka is your kingdom. Or Malak wath is kingdom. Ka is your. Malak means king. Okay? And that's why the Hebrew is so much better than any other language in the earth. All right? Malak wathka thaba'a rata zaka haya aisha. All right? That means your will be done. You see? Not mine, not yours, not even Yahweh Shai's, man. All right? Whenever Yahweh Shai, before he was crucified, he said, if it's possible, take this cup away from me. But then he said, not my will be done, but your will be done. And now Yahweh Shai is in a perfect body, having the same will as the Most High Yahweh. So if the will of the Most High Yahweh is to kill and destroy those that don't want to follow after him, then what do you think is going to happen? All right? This is the book of John. Salaki, not John. This is the book of Luke, chapter 11 and verse 23. And this is in red. It says, he that is not with me is against me. He that gathereth not with me scattereth. Okay? So what do you think it means, man? You know? This is Luke chapter 19, verse 27. But those mine enemies, which would not that I should reign over them, bring hither and slay them before me. All right? So ratazakah hayaisha, your will be done. All right? The kingdom of the Most High come, which is coming with great wrath and great peace to the elect. All right? And that's his will. Right? It says, Ba'arataza kawahaya bashamayim. In earth as it is, or as it be, in heaven. Which means what? Which means the angels are not out of order. Okay? Which means that Christianity doctrine is off. You see? So going back to Matthew 6 and 11. Give us this day our daily bread. Right? Give us this day our daily bread. Which is what? Wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Right? Yahweh Shai said, beware of the bread of the Pharisees. And in the book of Proverbs, it tells you, all right, basically the same thing about the bread, which is the bread of life, which is this truth, wisdom, knowledge, understanding, so you have to take heed to doctrines. You can't just follow men, like a stupid man, like a blind man. That's what blind people do. That's what people of the earth do, man. They follow people because they're blind. Okay? And if the blind lead the blind, they both shall fall into a ditch. So you have to be aware of what the doctrine speaks, right? Even if it's hard to understand, or even if it's hard, it's something, a terrifying thing to perceive, So it says, Nathan lanawa. Nathan means to give. Lanawa is to us. Give to us. Lacham, which is bread. Kal yawam, all day. Wasalach lanawa. All right, and that goes into the next one. So it says, give to us bread every day. Okay? And are we not being well fed here at Great Millstone? You got brothers making videos every single day, every hour of the day. Every single day, every hour of the day. Constantly being edified. You see? That's daily bread every single day. Yahweh Shai said, men shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of the Most High. Which, how does the Most High speak? 1 Ezra chapter 1, verse 51. On to verse 50, really. Verse 50 on to verse 51. The Most High speaks through his men, through his prophets. You see? So going in order from the beginning, honoring the Most High Father, doing what he wants to be done, wanting his kingdom to come, which is coming with destruction and peace to the elect of the nation of Israel, right? And knowing that whatever his will is, that's what matters and not what you want. And keeping of the faith, staying with the daily bread. Do those things, and then the next part comes into play. Wa salach lana wa, forgive us. Chababwathna wa, our debts. All right? All the things that we owe, that we lack. That's what Yahweh Shai is coming back to fulfill. It says, Kasalachna wa, as we forgive, Chababwathna wa, our debtors. You see? So what manner of men should we be, man? Wala'a, and not tabaya'anawa, lead us, banasayawan, in temptation, abal hawashainawa, but deliver us, mayan rai, from evil. You see? It says, Kayalaka, ha-malakwath, waha-Allah, waha-thapa'arath, like walamyam aman, which means, for to you the kingdom and the power and the glory forever and ever, aman. Okay, so this all belongs to the Most High, So back in Matthew 6:12, forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. You see? So how is the Most High going to forgive us, all right, being in verse 12, if you can't even do verse 9 through 11? You over there complaining about, oh, I don't got to do a video a day. I don't have to do 3 videos a week. Esau, Edom can be saved. How are you honoring the Most High Father, man? The scriptures have power, okay? And if you're just reading it just to read it like a Christian, then what the hell are you doing? What the hell are you doing, man? How is the Most High going to forgive you, all right, if you have no knowledge and you don't acknowledge the Most High? How is he going to forgive you? That's you denying Yahweh Shai, man. So be very, very careful on the waters that you tread, okay? Because if that knowledge, wisdom, understanding is not according to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, hey, the book of Proverbs says it best. There is a way that seemeth right unto man, but the ends thereof are destruction. And that's what you're going to receive, destruction, So it says, verse 13, and lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. How the hell are you going to be delivered in the time of trouble? All right, Daniel chapter 12. How are you going to be delivered from the time of trouble if you can't do these simple things for Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, man? If you can't separate yourself from this world, how's the Most High going to look at you and say he deserves to be, saved? And not just that, Yahweh Shai even spoke about that, man. None of us deserve to be saved. We're just doing what we're told, and that's it. So it says, Matthew 6:13, and lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Again, you have to check yourself, right? Check yourself. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever, amen. Okay, so the kingdom is the Most High's, the power belongs to the Most High, and the glory belongs to the Most High. And if you don't want to worship Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, if you don't want to get with the doctrine, then guess what? Like Elder Apostle said, all right, and the Elder Yaikwab, if a nigga don't get it, we're moving on. So I hope that was edifying. And with that, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakakwadash. Shalom.